A lot of effort has been put in place to achieve our strategic goals as a society, and accolade goes to the board and the management for their tremendous determination. The Supervisory Committee analyzed and monitored the achievement attained from the current strategic plan 2021-2025, such as 1. Members growth, 2. Technology growth, 3. Efficient service delivery, among others. However, this strategic plan is coming to an end by December 2025. The Supervisory Committee strongly advises the board to start preparing another robust strategic plan 2026-2030 to mitigate any gap and to catapult the Sacco to the next level. Modern technology and cyber crimes. Dear members, technology is changing day by day. Ollin Sacco and its members and its membership cannot afford to be left behind. The Supervisory Committee observed that the board has invested heavily on technology to match with the current trends. This committee urges you, members, to continue embracing and patronizing the digital products and the services available on the Sacco's platform. However, due to the rising cases of cyber crimes, we urge you to take the necessary precautions. Conclusion. Dear esteemed members, the Supervisory Committee would like to express its earnest gratitude to you all for the collaboration you accorded to us as we carried out our duties in the year ended. We reiterate our commitment to diligently serve you and look forward to more successful years ahead. We wish you a happy and prosperous year 2025. Together we prosper.
Thank you. Now I request for a proposer and a seconder for supervisory report. Yes.
I stand here to propose. Name Anthony Mudike Karoga. Membership number 7560. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Seconder. Gender.
Mercy Wanjiro Nyaga, member number 24982.
Thank you. Now we go through, and in case there is an issue, preface, compliance, corporate governance. There is an answer there, question there.
Thank you, member of Ollin Sacco. My interest is on point number 4. And the point number 4 calls about elections. I first start by congratulating them that you are elected. And then, same. And ask the way and manner that election was made known to the members. I remember it was stated on Monday, 6th January 2025 at 7:15 in the evening. And the election was due around, I think, 12 days. What duration are the members supposed to be given on notification before the elections are conducted. The other question is, why should the message be delivered at night? We have workers at night in our Ollin Sacco. And the other thing is, I remember last year there was a question about the way the elections should be conducted, and the time board of members are supposed to stay in the board. And it was said it is by law. And I remember in this ground, when we are meeting in the hall inside the institution, that is where we made the bylaws. Then they were scrapped. Why weren't we called to deliberate on the same? And if this bylaw issue is a thorn in our flesh, why shouldn't the board of directors call for a special AGM? We make bylaws and this election bylaw be dwelt on once and for all. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That question has two areas. Director of Cooperatives, come and answer your part. How long should the board members be in the board?
Okay, thank you, Chair. For those who are not present when we are doing introduction, my name is Hani Rokenyo Mushiri, County Director of Cooperatives and also the National Chairman Cooperative Directors Caucus. I want to answer the question that the member has asked about how long should a director stay in office. Cooperatives are guided by what we call the Cooperative Societies Act and the Sacco Societies Act. The act is very clear that board members should be elected for a period of 3 years, as long as after every 3 years, that board member is subjected to elections, but he can stay as long as the members want him in office. So we do not have a time limit for the directors. Also, there was also a question on the notice. The law is very clear that the notice is supposed to be given to the members. I'm told by the CEO that the notice reached the branch, I think on 4th. But kindly note, for the notice of the members, we don't deliver them to every member. So it is supposed to be put to the, especially to the notice board in every branch and public offices. So it will also depend on when you saw the notice. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. The notice was put, as he has said, because we get information from them. CEO, do your workers work at night? Yes, because we have given him job to do. CEO, yes.
Thank you, Chairman. Members, the Sacco continue to grow. The member continue to grow. We are relying on the systems, and systems are subject to failure. Sometimes we issue instructions, maybe even in the morning hours, so that we can reach out to all the members. It is important for us to realize it is no longer now phone and them. It hit your phone at around 5 or 4 p.m. Ladies and gentlemen, as the Sacco continues to grow, we must allow we must be flexible enough so that we can allow the systems to do their work. And when the systems are working, and you cannot agree with me, we may have little control over that as long as the office is doing it in the right way. Chairman, related to that, also members, kindly, we would also request members, when you have an issue, perhaps to pick with the office, with our staff, it is also it's good to allow them. And we remember, these are family men and women. Sometimes, labda usingizi ikipotea usiku, saa 6 ya usiku, saa saba, you get a call coming from a member, maybe to a member of the staff, and sometimes also we may also inconvenience them. We kindly request, it's a two-way traffic, that the systems can misbehave, fine, allow that when the system delays in delivery, let's kindly take that as the Sacco continues to grow in our numbers. Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you very much. What is very important, the information to reach to the member. Sacco performance and delivery. Yes, your hand is up, Cody. Mpatie.
Now my idea is, first of all, is to congratulate the CEO, the board of directors, and the management. It is well written in the Bible that I was hungry, you gave me to eat. I was thirsty, you gave me to drink. So here, we commend you because you increased something on our PDM. And members, if you look at the board of directors, there is nobody there who is not strong and healthy. Reason is, you are incorruptible. 2, you attend church. 3, you listen to our grievances. So now, because you are God visited you with the due respect and humility, you know you increase something. And even because you will never be admitted in the hospital, even in Mr. It will take you time to be admitted. That's if God visits you very well, at least next year, and for your children to get a PhD like Mr. Keviso, please, for God's sake, increase. Come away. God bless you. You have performed your work very well. In fact, I don't invite anybody try to compete with this director. If you compete against one, you will be ashamed. You lose because they are incorruptible. Number 2, they are down to earth. Number 3, the service delivery is smart. So keep it up. God bless you.
Thank you. Nominee card. Nominee card. Mpatie.
We are used to getting the bags, and those bags are just too many. Ile mifuko ya inaitwa nini? Already mifuko. So at least you can change for something. Those bags are too many in our homes. The other thing, we are used to getting calendars. So you are expecting a calendar, already calendar. Hiyo tumemiss kwa bag, sijui iko wapi.
Thank you. See you.
Thank you. At least our members, there is something to thank God for first. We begin from there, members, isn't it? Because it is not everywhere that you are getting something. It is not everywhere. And you know, it is in the public domain, we can see what others are doing. So the first thing is that at least Ollin Sacco is able to give, even if it is that bad, at least there is something there. So I want to appreciate that sentiment. We hear that sentiment. We have had a lot of issues on cost management. Members, you agree with me. You look at the year 2023, 2024, there has been a lot of volatility in terms of the economy, your pay slips and so forth. So what is happening? You realize that our incomes are coming down, And so members, if at one point you're able to withhold one item, however, we are able to leave others, that is good. We would say that at least we are somewhere. However, when you look at the whole equation of what goes to members, there is what we consider as matters of priority. Priority number one is about your roads. You're not supposed to miss your road except when you need that road. That is number one. Members, you can appreciate one thing that throughout the year, 2024, you bring your own form in the morning, you get your money by the end of the day, irrespective of the amount. That is number one. Number two, your salaries, your pensions. I have always said that we receive the payrolls, we receive them from the pension, the TSA and so forth. Sometimes it takes weeks before we receive your money. At that point of receiving your payroll, you are able to credit your money immediately. Number three, when the external auditor will be taking us through the audited accounts, by the end of the day, the cake that the Sacco baked by the end of the year, you realize that again, the biggest chunk comes back to you in terms of dividends, in terms of interest. We want to commit that we'll keep on reviewing what comes to you, ladies and gentlemen. But it's also important to note that when we give you these items, it is for the purposes of assisting you to market the Sacco. We hear about the bags, we'll be able to look at that, but where we can be able to save a coin here and there. For example, the calendars. I believe that as the world goes digital, even other companies, even other blue chip companies, one of the costs that they have eliminated is the cost of printing calendars. Because if I need to know when the day today, I go to my phone, I have a calendar there, and I'm able to check on that. I would suggest this, ladies and gentlemen, as we continue with this journey, where we can manage to allow technology, and we can leverage on technology, I would want to suggest that we can save that cost to the Sacco so that we can continue to improve your other welfare. Chairman.
Thank you very much. In nominee card, on the same. Hello.
Thank you, my able CEO, but to save further that coin, I would go to the technology service that you give us through our gadgets. You find that if it is a message on a certain issue, that message comes to my phone twice or thrice, telling me the same thing. When we come to holidays, I think every one of us here knows that during the public holidays and the outnoted public holidays, organizations do not work. If you can skip out that SMS of telling me that tomorrow is Labor Day and therefore all the branches will close, you will also save much. Unless the holiday has come in between abruptly, that is the time you can inform us. At the same time, you know me as a member of Ollin Sacco in Kirinyaga and in Motini zone. If it is a message concerning Kirinyaga people, let me have it. But it is something that is concerning the diaspora people, then please, why don't you save that coin and then it comes back to us the way it always do. Thank you for the info that you've been giving us.
Thank you, Madam Emily. We want to take that good advice. However, it is not every member that remembers the following day is a public holiday. A good example. Even as you're seated here, there are members who do not know today we are having an AGM. I'm finding them in Kirogoya, going for banking services. and across all our branches. And therefore, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to say this, that it's not good we assume that everybody knows that tomorrow is a public holiday, and therefore it is incumbent upon the Sacco to keep on reminding you. And by the way, the reason why we issue this SMS, it is to allow you to prepare yourselves, to let you know that tomorrow you shall not open the bank. Should you be requiring some services physically, then you can be able to visit before we do the closure. That is point number one. Point number two.
Bus.
One of the founders of this Sacco, of course, founder members are 163, as the record states. And up to now, I congratulate the former boards which have been there, because when we started the Sacco, up to now it is running. Congratulations, the board that is now running the Sacco. Mine is, as a member, this Sacco when we started, and that is good for a chairman. Now what I would like to say, as a member, we have this, the original member, the pioneer member. There is a time you said you are going to be one pioneer member. And up to this time, there is no one that you have given to us. Has this gone out, or is this still running? Sorry to say, I am one of the chairman. I am chairman of the return teachers in Kirinyaga, and that is why I am very concerned with that issue, because I have worked for teachers as their chairman returned from 1997. Those who retired up to 2007. I am vice chairman in Kirinyaga as far as this is concerned. So, the Sacco, because we started the Sacco, would you please know the Sacco as it runs, it is for the welfare of the teachers, and teachers have to be catered. And those members who came in, they are welcome. And we shall serve them as our brothers and sisters. Thank you.
Thank you very much. See you.
Thank you very much, that member, and we continue to appreciate the foundations that were led by that member and others, and we want to commit that we will continue to build on that foundations, just to ensure that Ollin Sacco structures continue to be quite robust. Yes, we take cognizance of that, and I know that next year, as we do the celebrations, that is the Golden Jubilees, we'll be able to look into especially the 163 members who are instrumental in the formation of Ollin Sacco. However, allow me to say these members, when we went on board, we opened our common board, that was in the year 2014, we rebranded from the name that used to be called, which I do not wish to remember for now, or to mention, and we called ourselves Ollin. It simply means all or in. And you know, when you look at the law, the cooperative societies, the CAP 490, because that is very, very clear. When it comes to members of a cooperative, they all have got an equal right, There are those who are teachers, there are those who are in other categories, business and so forth. The law is quite clear that all of them, their rights are basically the same. However, again, we want to say, will not forget them that you are with us. However, you must also remember that even those others that are coming on board, they are also coming to build into the foundations that were laid by the teachers who began the Sacco. We'll continue to take care of all of you, but I have just said, next year, God willing, we'll be able to see what to do regarding them that laid the foundations of Ollin Sacco upon which we continue to build today. Chairman.
Thank you. Modern technology and cyber crimes. Conclusion? Yes? Yes, give him the mic.
Chairman, I just want to put an input in this one. To the member who reacted about our elections and also to the cooperative boards, I want to correct and say that it is good that through our phones, you've normally continued informing us about the elections, quite long in time. So I think that there's no big issue that the election notices, we don't have them. The only problem that we people are not ambitious enough. In fact, if we are ambitious enough, we get the notices even on our phone or through this technology, we get it in time. So I just wanted to correct that one. And also, by conclusion, I also want to congratulate the chair of this committee, Supervisory. She's the only lady in this area. So I want to challenge the other gender also. Let us have more gender in this board so that you can also have that gender imbalance. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Conclusion? Yes. In red. Okay, Sawa, I'm coming to you.
My name is Kamau Mushira Masharia, member number 3971.
That most of them, they are above the age of the youths. Therefore, it is also important if we can have the youth or the face of the youths up there, since we have seen that you have embraced it with the workers in the Sacco. Otherwise, I'm so much grateful. On the nominee card, I think maybe we are lacking a lot of information about it, and maybe most of us have not even filled it. So maybe in case of anything, most of us would fall in the category 1, failure to fill in the nominee card. Or maybe it is number 2, insufficient information in some of the nominee cards, such as weaknesses out. Let that one be attached. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Let the CEO comment on the two issues.
Thank you, our members, and we continue to appreciate you for your sentiments, and we take them positively because we believe they're for the best interest of the circle. There's a question, maybe those, so that technology can be able to think and behave like human beings. That is all about artificial intelligence. This is relatively a new concept in the industry, and Ollin Sacco leverages heavily on technology. We are just about to review our core bankings and channels, and as we do this is one of the concepts that we are preparing ourselves to onboard so that we can be able to take advantage of the artificial intelligence. However, this is with a caution. The artificial intelligence, Mr. Kamau Mushira and all of us, it is not going to replace human thinking. What artificial intelligence is going to do, it is going to replace human beings that have not adopted the concept of the intelligence thinking. So hata kama tutaleta technology itufikirie, sana sana it will affect those that are not strategically thinking. But as far as the Sacco is concerned, we are already lined up, we are preparing ourselves, and therefore as you on board, the new core banking, the ERP and channels, that is one of the avenue and the highway that we'll be taking advantage of. But I want to say it again, it is not purely artificial intelligence to work for us. We still have strategic thinkers, so that alongside artificial intelligence, the strategic thinkers can as well be able to work hand in hand. We want to appreciate that sentiment about timely information. Again, we commit to keep on updating you as we enhance our information and our technology through the core banking again. That aspect of communications to you will be able to enhance that, and therefore, even in the remote areas, we'll be able to ensure that you get that information, and then you get that information on time. Youthful members in the circle. Now we are thinking about having a youth club that is going to be anchored within the membership of the circle. At the moment, ladies and gentlemen, you all know that there is an account called Ollin Junior Investment Fund, where you open another account for your child, you move with the account. Those who are members today, as we receive dividend and interest, your child, who is maybe 10 years, will also be receiving interest and dividend. You will play the role of the guardian to that particular minor until that child assumes the age of 18 years. Once they get the ID, and therefore they are recognized as adults, you transfer that account to them. What a nice way, ladies and gentlemen, that nowadays, hatuna mashamba ya kuwawia watoto, but there is something that you can be able to give to your child, that you inculcate the culture of savings to your child. Ikifika 18 years, kama hauna shamba ita mtoto mwambie, I didn't have a piece of land to give you, but I have something better than that piece of land. I want to give you this account in Ollin Sacco so that you can continue with this account. Now the year we are in, God willing, we would want to request you members to onboard the youngsters. They are not going to work around them as long as they are not members of Ollin Sacco. We are going to run what we are calling empowerment program. We realize that sometimes our youth, wakati mwingine wanapotea because they do not have information. We would like to have structured programs where we are going to empower them. We teach them so that even when we exit the stage, watoto wetu ndio watakuja waendelee na Ollin and so forth. My clarion call would be, ladies and gentlemen, on board your youth, let them open account in Ollin Sacco at whatever age. Hata kama ni wa miaka 5, acha afungue account. Those that are going to have structured program are people between 18 to 24 years. 18 to 24 years. But remember, they must be active members of Ollin Sacco. We have programs for them. We bring even motivational speakers, the likes of Akina Churchill and so forth, people that can speak to them, they can model them, they can nurture them in a way that will be nurturing leadership within them. This begins this year. There is ukishukua hiyo kadi kujaza ile maneno umejaza. As part of the witness, if you do not want to have an individual, kwa sababu wakati mwingine want to keep it confidential, you can take that card to your advocate, let the advocate sign that card, seal that card, bring it to Ollin, we keep it safe. And I want to say it again as an advice. Ladies and gentlemen, you see what would happen when your estate, when your people are fighting for your estate and you are not there. We have no option other than to take it to the public trustee. Ikienda kule, it will be another story altogether. Speak and talk about what you need. What is it that you want us to do when finally you are not there? Because we all know we are on a journey. I think Chairman have elaborated all those issues.
Thank you very much, CEO. Thank you very much, members. Now, at the end, the supervisory has said clearly, together we prosper. May God bless you.
Asanteni sana mwenyekiti pamoja na afisa mtendakazi mkuu. Tunashukuru sana. Huo ulikuwa ni ukurasa wa ripoti ya wakurugenzi wa Nyapara na tumeipata sawia. Maswala ibuka sasa tunayo na yamerekodiwa. Before I proceed, we want to acknowledge that we are well and in tandem. We are moving on well. Now, allow me to give a few coordinates as far as the progress of this meeting is concerned. To our crew for the PAS, I'm being informed that the signals are not reaching the congregation outside the dome. Kindly ensure that we are there. Allow also to salute some personalities who checked in later from Kiambu. Allow that we recognize the presence of Dr. Mercy Njagi, Chief Officer ECD and Culture from Kiambu. Kindly wave the congregation. Sante sana, we can appreciate her. Allow me to also salute the presence of Diana W. Maina, the Assistant Director, Human Resource from Kiambu. Wave the crowd kindly. Asante sana. Now we are headed now to receive remarks from the chief guest who is gracing this occasion today. Allow that I invite Madam Eunice Wajiro,
the Chief Officer Cooperatives, Kirinyaga County, to come and curtain raise for the Chief Guest's remarks. Kindly, can we have the signature tune for Ollin as we invite Madam Eunice Wajiro to do the precursor. Madam Eunice, kindly.
The Chief Guest, CEO, Ollin Sacco, members, Ollin, good afternoon. God is good, and all the time. My name is Eunice Wanjiro Kiriamburi. I'm the Chief Officer, Department of Cooperatives, Trade, Markets, Tourism, Enterprise Development, and Industrialization. It is my humble humility this afternoon to thank the CEO, Ollin Sacco, for inviting us here at the county government. I just wish to mention two things before I invite the chief guest to speak. One, that it is our mandate as the Department of Cooperatives to ensure that we act within the law. And we remember we did a public participation on the Cooperative Bill 2023 that you are waiting for it to be enacted. And once it is done, I know that our director here, Director Haniel, kindly stand, we'll be able to lead you through so that we can be able to amend also the bylaws that we have. I also want to mention three things about the industry department that, as you all know, we are putting industrial parks in most of parts of our country, Kenya. And you are privileged under our leadership of our governor, Anne Mumbu Igoro, to put up KAIP. KAIP is the County Aggregation Park. I want to let you know that we are almost completing the warehouses in around February. That is why we shall be aggregating our products and also do some value addition. We also have the special economic zone. We are still onboarding the investors so that we can be able to expand on our investment in Kirinyaga and even in Kenya as well. The last one is the export processing zone that is still ongoing. The structures are really going on well, and we expect to have investors that we shall be able to have people bring in their products to do some value addition, and we export our products 100% to international places. And now, because I know you've been seated for a very long time, I know that you've had a lot of things to listen to, a lot of things to capture, and we thank you that you've really cooperated well. You've been very patient. I know we are tired, and I don't want to keep you for so long here. So I would kindly ask that you all be upstanding so that we try to energize ourselves so that you can welcome the chief guest of the day.
Ollin Sacco, Ollin Sacco, together we walk, together we grow, together we prosper. Ollin Sacco, together we walk, together we grow, together we prosper.
Ollin Sacco, together we prosper.
And now, kindly allow me to invite the chief guest, Mr. Patrick Kinyaga, the Group Managing Director and CEO, CIC Insurance Group.
Welcome, sir. Thank you. Welcome, madam. Thank you.
Thank you very much, everyone. The Chairman, Board of Directors, Mr. Cyrus Kabute, the Board of Directors themselves, the Supervisory Board, Chief Executive Officer, Ollin Sacco, Mr. John Gadige, and his management team, Country Director of Cooperatives and his team, and all the other county directors and their team members, invited guests, all protocols honored, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Good afternoon again. God is good, and all the time. Thank you very much, Board, for inviting us here. And thank you, members and all the invited guests, for waiting to listen to me. Before maybe I proceed, I'll give a gesture of congratulations by our CIS Chairman, Mr. Jue. CIC Insurance Group, as I'll mention a bit, is quite a complicated structure. But when you look at it from the cooperative side, we have a cooperative insurance service company, which is a cooperative and which is the anchor shareholder for CIC Group. and that is led by our chairman, Mr. James Jue. I think he comes just from your neighboring county. Sorry. Yeah, so maybe before I proceed, I will introduce the team that I have come with this morning. I didn't come alone. I would like maybe my CIC team members to be upstanding. And I'll start with our director in charge of cooperatives. This is Mr. Richard Nyakinogo. He's in charge of all the cooperatives at CIC. We have our regional manager in charge of Central, where Ollin Sacco is, and this is Mr. James Kenyua. That's Mr. James Kenyua. We have our branch manager for Nyeri branch, which is the one that services Ollin, and that is Mr. Joseph Kamanga. And we have Mr. James Mushiri, who is a relationship officer. Mr. Kennedy Joroge, who is also a relationship officer. Thank you very much for that. Maybe I can introduce myself a bit. I know I have just been introduced by name. So my name is Patrick Nyaga. My day-to-day duty is the Group Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of CIC Insurance Group. CIC Insurance Group is actually the largest locally owned insurance company in Kenya. And maybe when I say that is because, sorry for that. Okay, sorry for that. So I was saying that CIC Insurance Group is the largest locally owned insurance company because it's owned 75% by the cooperators, who are probably majority of them seated here. CIC Insurance Group operates in 4 countries. It operates in Kenya, in South Sudan, in Uganda, and in Malawi. And in all those countries, we have quite a number of companies and quite a number of products that we can patronize, all of us. We have general insurance, we have life assurance, we have asset management, and actually, as we closed last year, and I know the CEO, Ollin Sacco, has mentioned about saving, we actually closed the year 2024 with about Kenya shillings, 80 billion shillings, which has been given by Kenyans for us to manage on their behalf. So even yourselves, you can continue patronizing with us so that you're able to get the returns. When you look at general insurance, we are probably second or third largest in Kenya. Life assurance, doing quite well. Our medical book is over 80 support each other with Ollin. That was just a bit of introduction, and also in terms of where we come from. I also mentioned Malawi doing very well, Uganda doing very well, and South Sudan doing very well. Into the day-to-day, it's a great honor for me to join you today as your chief guests for your 48th Annual General Meeting. I'm truly inspired by the journey the Sacco has undertaken for nearly 5 decades, that is 48 years, and I commend the board led by the chairman and the management led by the CEO and the entire membership for the collective effort that has brought this success and the reason we are here today for the annual general meeting and also to celebrate your success. The vision of empowering members socially and economically through affordable financial services has guided your progress, and it's clear that the Sacco is not just an institution, but a pillar of support and opportunity for its members and the community at large. So maybe, Ollin, you may not appreciate that over and above serving your members, you probably are serving the greater community that you operate in. I'm quite excited by the name Ollin. I have dealt a bit with the CEO, but until 2 days ago, I didn't know what Ollin means. But the terminology all in is a very exciting one because it means you're not discriminating. Yes, teachers are the ones who started Ollin Sacco, but now we see civil servants, businessmen, and women, and many other different type of people being in the Sacco. Let me talk a bit about leadership and governance. Very, very key pillar of success, because if you have a good leader, you progress. With a bad leader, you regress. So one of the most significant factors in the success of any organization is its leadership and governance. Today, I would like to take a moment to acknowledge the good leadership the Sacco has demonstrated throughout its history. I think every person who has stood here, including even one of the founders who is with us today, has talked about how good leadership Ollin has seen, and that's why we are seeing significant growth. The board members, management, and staff have worked tirelessly to ensure that the Sacco operates within transparency, integrity, which is very critical, and a deep commitment to the values of good governance. Strong leadership and sound governance are the foundation of any sustainable organization, and I commend you for upholding these principles in your organization. Nowadays, we are talking about sustainability a lot, because you can do well 1 year, 2 years, but if you do not sustain your doing well and your growth, then you will have a challenge in the future. So very, very important to continue being sustainable. In a world that is constantly changing and is plagued by many leadership issues, authentic and effective leadership is critical. The leadership within this Sacco has successfully navigated challenges, adapted to the changing times, and continuously innovated to meet the evolving needs of the members. And I think one of the original members has told us the reason they came to Ollin, or they started Ollin, was because there were other institutions that would not give them the services. So it's very good that Ollin is giving you the services that you need. More importantly, your leadership is grounded in a deep understanding of the Sacco's mission, and this is to empower members socially and economically. And through these efforts, you have built a strong, trusted institution that thrives on the principles of accountability and service to the community. And we really appreciate the board of directors and the management for continued growth and prosperity in the Sacco, even as you members support them. The issue of empowering members socially and economically, the vision of this Sacco is to empower members socially and economically, and this is at heart of everything they do. And I think everybody who has commented here this morning has talked about it. The services provided go far beyond financial transactions, and they create opportunities for members to improve their livelihoods, access affordable credit. We've been told that in 24 hours you get your money if you want to borrow, and you're also investing in the future. The Sacco has also enabled many individuals to start businesses, educate their children, and improve their standards of living. And I guess if there were to be testimonies here, there will be very many people giving testimonies of what Ollin Sacco has done for them. These successes are a direct result of the leadership and governance that guide this institution. By focusing on the social and economic empowerment of your members, you are contributing to the broader community development and creating a ripple effect that extends beyond the Sacco and the communities, and also making sure that there will be generations in future that will benefit. As you look ahead, I urge you to continue enhancing your commitment to financial literacy, and I think somebody has mentioned that here. Empowering members with the knowledge and tools they need to make informed financial decisions will strengthen not only the Sacco but also the broader community. And I think that issue of financial literacy, I think it's something that maybe even from where we sit as CIC, we've actually started to give different cooperatives, members, financial education. We do a lot of members education, and I would also encourage Ollin Sacco to also do that, because one of the biggest reasons that we are not doing well as people is not because there is no money. It's because of how we manage the money. I think that's the biggest problem. And therefore, when we get our people to be financially literate, then they will improve their livelihood. In terms of growth and sustainability, I think as we came today for the AGM, it's also good to reflect on the growth the Sacco has experienced. And I know some of these numbers have been mentioned, growth of up to 12 billion. And I think you are within the top 10 in terms of the size of the Sacco, opening over 12 branches currently. And actually one of the key ones is a virtual branch that is able to serve the diaspora, which is quite commendable. The membership has also grown to over 35,000 members. I was discussing with the chairman here, and he was saying anybody who has 5,000 shillings as membership fee and above, they are probably over 30,000. So that's quite a strong base. So over and above the growth of membership and increasing assets, the Sacco has also created a long-lasting value for its members. And I think that is what is very, very important as the Sacco continues to grow. The Sacco has also diversified its services, introduced innovative financial products that has enabled making a difference to the lives of countless individuals and families. I think somebody talked about the environment we are in, and I could dare say we are in an environment that is volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous. And as I said earlier, sustainability is very critical. So you could be doing well today, but it's always good to keep on thinking of all these things that are happening around our environment. How will we sustain our business even with this environment? And I think so far, I think Ollin Sacco has done very well. We should also keep on focusing on what we are seeing out there, environmental, social, and governance practices. Governance, I think a lot of everyone has done quite well, but I think the issues of social, in terms of what is the social responsibility, what social contribution is Ollin doing to the society, I think that is of importance. And then environment. I think we all operate in an environment, and the better we deal with our environment, the better our businesses will be. So it's very, very important also to focus on that. So I encourage you to continue focusing on sustainable growth. That is growth that is not only financially sound, but also socially responsible. This means continuing to invest in your members, embracing new technologies, and ensuring that your products and services continue to meet their evolving needs. I think somebody there talked about technology, talked about artificial intelligence, talked about data and analytics. All these things are things that are coming to disrupt us as business. So we need to keep on thinking, how do we get into this situation when these changes in technology happen? In terms of strategic priorities, I think, we have heard here from the CEO and the chairman, as we move into the future, it's essential to keep pushing for innovation and adaptation. If you keep the same way, the environment is changing. So there is no way the environment will not change you by force. So you have an opportunity to innovate and adopt before you are forced by the environment to do it. And it's always painful when you are forced, isn't it? So it's better that you do it yourself. So the financial landscape is evolving rapidly, and the technologies are shaping cultures. Younger people to take up leadership in Saccos, but at the same time train them, coach them, and guide them to be able to do that, so that we are able to have leaders of tomorrow. So before I conclude, I would like to look at one animal probably which all of us know. You could be calling it different names depending on where you come from. And this is the chameleon. I don't know, Chairman, what you call the chameleon here? Kebu. Now, the chameleon is known if probably I ask you about the chameleon today, the one thing you remember is it's the most sluggish animal, isn't it? If I may use that word. Even when it walks, it first tests the air, whether it will move next, yeah? But maybe if you move away from that and look at other aspects of a chameleon, as small as it is, can we say that a chameleon has the best ability to change its color to suit its environment? Can we say that? You could be looking this way, and I think the encouragement is to continue. And even for us who came from the AGM, I think it's also good to emulate the chameleon, not from its raw walk, but it's from his other abilities. In conclusion, I want to appreciate the Sacco leadership for the cordial business relationship with us. We've done a lot of business. Ollin Sacco has supported CIC Insurance Group a lot. We have also supported them a lot, and we are very grateful for that. I would also like to congratulate the board, the management, and the membership for the tremendous progress that you have made over the 48 years that you've been in existence. And we want to wish you even better growth, even more accelerated growth. Now that you have many branches, the multiplier effect will be higher. The success is a direct result of the strong leadership, sound governance, and unwavering commitment to empowering members socially and economically. As you continue your journey towards the future, continue to build leadership, governance structures that will guide the Sacco to even greater heights. I think we have seen, even with the cooperatives movement, organizations that have taken governance for granted. And where have they ended up? In the ditch, isn't it? So we need to be very, very, very committed to the governance structures of the organization. And I think we are seeing the chairman and the CEO doing very well with the board. So you're not only growing as an institution, you're creating opportunities, building communities, and shaping a bright future for all your members and the generations to come. Thank you once again for inviting me to be part of this remarkable occasion. I wish you continued success, growth, and prosperity in the coming year and beyond. Thank you, and may God bless you.
Thank you so much. A standing ovation for the chief guest as he recedes to his chair kindly. All of us be standing ili tumheshimu mgeni mheshimiwa anaporudi kwenye kiti chake, na tunashukuru. So we want to request the chief guest now to take a seat a little bit. Take your seat, chief guest, a little bit. We may all sit. Thank you so very much. Asante sana mgeni mheshimiwa kwa kusema kuntu kuhusiana na masuala ya Ollin. Tunashukuru ujumbe mahususi na tumeupata. He has given the analogy of the chameleon, and we want to remind the chief guest that here as Ollin we remind ourselves of the same chameleon, that a chameleon that wants to survive a burning bush must abandon the walking style of its ancestors. That's what we believe in. Thank you so very much. We are moving on well. At this point in time, we want to gift the chief guest so that we are in tandem with this program. Chief guest, may you be upstanding, escorted now by the CEO. You are going to drop to the lower dais so that we do that jig. Now, from the PAS crew, allow that you select a jig from the Maa community. Tunaomba kuwakaribisha ndugu zetu kutoka jamii ya Maa, tupate miondoko yenu, tuweze kupamba sasa sehemu hiyo ya kumzawidi mgeni mheshimiwa. So our community from the Maa, kindly, miondoko ya kutoka the Maa community as we invite the chief guest to the lower dais so that we are able to do that. So the CEO and the chairman, I'm hoping that we are ready to do that. So let you flank now the chief guest as we gift him for doing a good job in this meeting. So thank you so very much, chief guest, for your precise message. It was very accurate and very articulate. We are happy. Yeah, miondoko kutoka jamii ya Maa tunapomzawidi mgeni mheshimiwa katika hafla ya mkutano huu mkuu wa mwaka wa chama cha akiba na mikopo cha Ollin. This is our 48th grad assembly. We are just about now to gift the chief guest. CEO, chairman and the chief guest, tunaomba mshiriki kwenye miondoko pia ili tuone namna gani. Asanteni sana jamii ya Maa na tunashukuru. Asanteni sana kwa kuja kupamba hafla hii. Karibu twende pamoja. Wale walio nyuma natumai kwamba mnatupata through the giant screens that we are having. Wale ambao wako kando sana tunatumai kwamba pia mnatusikiliza, lakini kama wewe uko mbali sana unapitwa, tunataka kuwaona wakiruka futi 50 hewani. Asanteni sana fundi wa mitambo. Asanteni sana fundi wa mitambo, the PS crew. Tunaweza sasa kusisitishia hapo na tunashukuru sana. Kabla hatujazawidi mgeni mheshimiwa, ninaomba mwenzangu mmoja kutoka the Maa community, ndugu yangu George. George, popote ulipo, George uko wapi? Haya, utasonga pale mbele. George, utapewa mikrofoni. George ndio walianzisha na wakafanya kampeni kubwa sana ili Ollin iende kule Kajiado. So unaweza kusema jambo moja, how you feel now that you've been coming to this AGM over the years as the CEO and the chairman prepares now to give the chief guest. George, kindly.
Thank you very much, our master of ceremony. I'm actually elated to have all these faces here, courtesy of Ollin, because when you came down to Kajiado, tulikuwa tu wachache kidogo, but within a very short while tuko mpaka Kilgoris tumejaa ndani, kutoka Magadi wako ndani. This is just a representation. By the way, sisi wa Masai tumejaa Ollin sasa, na tuko ndani 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 ndani. And we are proud to be members of Ollin. And we are happy to be members. That's why we can dance and jump high and high and high. Within this setup here of the people we are having here, tunaye walimu, tunaye wasimamizi wa walimu, tunaye wafanyikazi, wafanyibiashara hapa ndani. Wengine ni wachungaji tu wa ng'ombe huko, lakini ni members wa Ollin ndani. And we are saying, sisi tunakaa kwa Ollin, tukufie Ollin, watoto wetu waendelee Ollin.
Wow.
Yes. And you can see, hao watu hata nyinyi mkiangalia hawakai shida. Look at them. Yeah? Hawakai shida. Wanakaa watu wako ngangari. Yeah, some of them here, tukisema ni sherehe ya years, wanaweza kuja na wakuje na ng'ombe na wachinje na tukule pamoja. So we are good to go. So for you who are huku hii side na sisi tukiwa ile side, let us promote Ollin na tushikilie uongozi, twende mbali na mbali.
Asante.
God bless you. Zaidi.
Tupigie jamia. Together we prosper.
Yeah, together we prosper.
Ollin Sacco.
Beautiful. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Oshalei. Oshalei. Thank you so very much. We are happy, George Oloibo, for that caption. We love it. Kule umasaini ni mambo na Ollin, kazi bila porojo. I think we are learning something from the Ma community. They are patronizing the business of Ollin so well. So we are bringing forth and to the fore the chief guest, sandwiched and flanked by the CEO and the chair, because we want to do a presentation. So can somebody hand over the mic now? The mic kindly. The mic kindly. The mic kindly. Yes, to the presentation, Chairman.
Thank you very much, MC. Members, we sat and the board sat and discussed the chief guest for the year 2025 and felt it will be the CIC managing CEO. Then our CEO, one word before we present the gift.
Thank you, our board chairman. Indeed, we are very, very grateful. The GCO, CIC Limited, will be in conversation last year, the month of October. They are quite very busy, a very, very busy schedule. I've kept on speaking. He would pick my call, would agree. He's very, very passionate about Ollin Sacco. Our commitment to GCO will continue to support CIC, na CIC ni yetu, na tuko pamoja. Asante, Chairman.
Therefore, on behalf of the board, members of this great organization, we present this gift to you as for accepting to grace this occasion. And may God continue blessing you. Receive it now.
Tumpigieni makofi tafadhali anapochukua zawadi.
Thank you very much, Chairman. Thank you, CEO. Thank you, the board and the members. I accept the gift as an honor for me attending the occasion. Thank you very much. Nataka tuifungulie hapa ndio tuone ni nini, isiwe ni boma amenipatia.
Such a wonderful gift for our chief guest this year, the 48th Agm.
Chini kidogo achukuliwe picha. Yes. Members, why we thought of this gift? Because we felt other gifts can be put in the bedroom, but this one will be put at the table. Once he enters the room, he will see his photo and remember, Ollin Sacco, together we prosper.
So thank you so very much, a souvenir of his own image, and we are happy. Chairman and the CEO and the chief guest. Now study there, chief guest and the now jamii ama msirudi, tunawekewa miondoko, tukirudi kwenye viti vyetu, naye the chief guest now will be taking the recession to a seat. Miondoko, as we go back to our seats kindly. Aya, we can now go back to our seats. Naye chief guest arudi kwenye kiti chake tafadhali. Chief guest, sasa unaweza kuondoka kurudi kwenye kiti chako pamoja na CEO na chairman. Wenzetu sasa kutoka jamii ya Maa, we can now go back to our seats and we move on with the program. Thank you so much, brethren from the Maa community. We are happy. Thank you for also gracing this occasion. You are making us proud. And we want to assure wana Ollin kutoka jamii ya Maa, immediately after this AGM, we are coming to Kajiado, we are going to Narok for the members' information days. So keep it right here, we are happy. Members, in the interest of time now, allow that at this point in time, I invite the head of finance and accounting, Ollin National Sacco, to come and present the estimates of income and expenditure for the ensuing year 2026. Hofer, kindly come over. It is your duty now. The CEO, karibu sana, leading the head of finance and accounts.
Ollin Sacco, Ollin Sacco, together we walk, together we grow.
Very fast.
Together we prosper. Ollin Sacco, together we walk, together we grow, together we prosper.
Ollin Sacco, together we prosper.
Thank you indeed, Ollin Sacco, together we. Thank you very much. Thank you, Chairman, for the opportunity once more. We want to present to this gathering the estimate of income and expenditure for the year 2026. It's not a big report. It has three components. There's what we call the base budget, and then we have income and expenditure estimates, and finally, we'll present the year 2026 capital budget. To do that, we usher in our head of finance and accounts, who is in charge of the Sacco finances, so that he can be able to make a presentation of this budget. Finance, karibu.
Thank you, Bwana CEO. Our chief guest, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. I request we move together to page number 14. 14, 15, 16 is where we are going to get the reports that we are presenting, and I request we move together. We will start with year 2026 base budget. Where we have, in preparing the budget, we have taken year 2023 as the year -2. Year 2024 is the year -1, then the current year, year 2025, is the year 0, and then with that we are able to project year 2026, which is year +1. We have a schedule for the deposit, as at year 3, schedule of deposit at year -1, and then that gives us the growth for the year -1 at 918,471,544.48. We are able to express that to get the growth rate year 2020, year -1, which is at 18%. Projecting the same on making the assumption that we'll grow at the same rate in this year at 18%, and the next year again at 18%. We are able to get the projected growth indicated at the row number E, projected growth year +1, which will be 1,275,178,350.42, and that gives us expected actual deposit year +1, which will be starting at 8,359,502,519.42. With that, we are able to project the interest on members' deposit expense at 1,340,302.33. And now we proceed to page number 15, where we have year 2026 income and expenditure estimates. Again, the report is well laid down, where we have column number 1 as the account name, then we have column number 2 as Q1, column number 3 is Q2, and column number 4 is Q3, and then we have the annual. On the estimated income for the year 2026, we have projected it at 2,077,806,337.87 On expenditure, we have estimated that our expenditure for the year 2026, as indicated down there, the third row from the bottom, to be 2,014,181,963.83, and therefore our estimated surplus for the year 2026 will be 63,624,374.04. Allowed together, we proceed to page number 16, where we'll be able to go through the year 2026 capital budget. Year 2026 capital budget, we have a column for serial number, item, and then the amount. Item number 1 is generators. We expect to spend 8 million on generators. Number 2, we expect to spend 18 million on motor vehicles, furniture 5 million, computers we expect to spend 15 million, office equipment 15 million, softwares we expect to spend 25 million, and mobile banking platform 10 million. Total capital budget for that year will be 96 million. Thank you very much. That is the estimates.
Members, that is the proposed budget for the year 2026. I need a proposer and a seconder for discussion. The hand is up there, those with the mics.
Jeffrey Geshoya, member number 1977.
Thank you. Seconder? Gender? We have here? Oh, no problem. Gender up or a member up there? Mpatie? Thank you. Any question on the budget? We have base budget, deposits, the other one, and the capital budget. Any question generally? Okay. Then, if it has been taken by the members, we need a question or a what? We need now a proposer and a seconder so that we write the budget was adopted. Yes. The hands are up there. Proposer?
My name is John Kamara, number 35. I propose.
Thank you. Seconder? The hand is up there. Seconder?
I am just Minyabo Kabelu, member number 147.
Thank you very much. We can conclude that the budget is adopted. Thank you. MC.
Thank you so very much, Chairman, CEO, and the Hofer, Head of Finance and Accounts. We are moving on well. Tangu asubuhi tunasonga vizuri. Tangazo moja tu, asubuhi na mapema kuna mtu ambaye alipoteza mtambo wake, usiuite kabambe. Kama ulipoteza mtambo wako basi njoo uchukue hapa. Hii ni Sacco ya Mwananchi and we want to receive a number from our choir. Sacco ya Mwananchi, the interlude, PAS, choir master. Kindly, let's do this. We enjoy. The only Sacco in the world with copyrighted songs. Thank you, team. We are happy to have you. Let's enjoy.
Leo tumefika
standards and the international standard on auditing, and that in our opinion, the accompanying financial statements give a true and fair view of the financial position of the Sacco as of 31st December 2024 and of its financial performance and cash flows for the year then ended in accordance with International Financial Reporting Standards and the Sacco Societies Act. Then the report goes on to the following page. If you look at the page 23, in conclusion, as required by the Sacco Societies Act, we report to you based on our audit that we obtained all the information that was necessary and to the best of our knowledge and belief were necessary for the purpose of the audit. In our opinion, proper books of accounts have been kept by the society so far as appears from my examination of those books, and the society statement of financial position and the statement of comprehensive income, that is the balance sheet and P&L, are in agreement with the books of account as in the Sacco as per this report. So we want to report, and again, if you look at page 25, you will note there is that approval by SASRA, who are the regulators of the Sacco, in the Sacco sector, and they have approved, you can see there, approved for publication and presentation to the AGM. This was done on 21st of January. We signed these financials as auditors on 17th of January, if that is on page 23, 2025. This is where we put our signature. So the financials from our examination of the books are clean. This is a clean auditor's report. If there were any issues that would bring to the attention of members, that would have come up in our opinion. So in our examination of the books, we want to clearly state that the books are clean. The financial health of the Sacco is guaranteed in terms of our examination. And at this juncture, I would want to welcome my colleague to take you through the numbers, the books, the numbers in summary, so that you can get the feel of how the books are. 12 billion, and that is something that we have examined and confirmed and ascertained. So therefore,
good afternoon, members. As we've been told, my name's Daniel Kariuki. I was in charge of the audit, and I'm going to take you through the numbers. I'll be brief but very clear. We start with page number 18 on your books, or the other numbers. That's why you see there we call it statistical information, because it summarizes almost everything about the Sacco financially. In terms of membership, you can see there is a growth. That is from 29,000 members to 35,000. That's a growth of 6,000 members in the year 2024. So when we go to the marketing and expenditure and everything, then you can see where that amount have gone to, though we're going to get there. In terms of staffing, last year we had 78 members of staff. In the current year, that is 2024, 82. In terms of the financials, we had approximately 10 billion in terms of total assets. In the current year, we have crossed with an approximate of 12 billion. The major item there will be the loan book, which we'll see when we go to the balance sheet, that have grown significantly, showing that the members are confident and that the Sacco is liquid enough to fund all your financial needs. You look at total deposits. In last year, we had approximately 6.5 billion. In the closing 2024, we closed with 7.7. So that shows the members' confidence, and the total deposits from members have grown in that year by an approximate of 1.2 billion. We have external borrowings. This was a borrowing which was there in the last year. In the current year, the Sacco didn't borrow. So the reduction there is the payment which I've done of an approximate of 72 million. Maybe just to mention there, as we'll also note as we go, the share capital is increasing as members increase their share capital with the Sacco. The dependence on borrowings will come to an end. We have loans and advances to members. I had mentioned that. That's the loan book. Last year, we closed with an approximate of 7.7. This year, 2024, is 8.9, a growth of 1.2 billion. We look at the capital. The growth there have grown from 1.4 to approximately 1.7, showing that there was a major increment in the members who bought the shares. In terms of investments, that was 176 million in the current year, 172. Just to mention there that the major item there is the investment of shares with the Coop Bank. So that's the major item there. We look at total revenue. Total revenue in the year 2023 was 1.3. In the current year, 1.6. That represents a growth of 320 million approximately. And majorly that, as we go to see when you go to the other pages, is on interest from the loans advanced. We have also seen that the loan book have grown. We have the total expenses from 1.2 to 1.4. So majorly there, the growth will be attributed to the loan. You've seen that you have a loan, so there was a loan interest. Then previously, as you look at the last line there on that page 18, we are talking of the performance of loans deteriorating. So in the current year, we have provided for bad and doubtful debts. So that also goes there. Then there was staff additions. There is the Kiambu branch, and also there are government policies. Last year when we had the SHA, the NSSF, all those items came in the middle of the year. So the full impact have come in the year 2024. That explains as to why there is that growth there in terms of expenditure. We look at the proposed amount to be paid out to the members, interest on member deposits. Last year, the Sacco paid 620 million to the members. In the current year, they are proposing to pay 732 million. So in terms of growth, the total payout, the proposal this year have increased with 112 million. The dividends, the proposal on dividends, last year, that's 2023, the Sacco paid 81 million. In the current year, they are proposing to pay 115 million. So there is a growth in the payout proposed to the members in terms of dividends by 34 million. So the total payout to the members last year was 701. That is both dividends and interest. In the current year is 847, showing a growth of 146 million as payout increment from the year 2023 to the year 2024. Down there, these are key ratios which the regulator looks at. So as you can see there, the minimum ratios as put there by the regulator, that is SASRA, we have complied with all of them. Then we have the operating efficiency and loan quality ratios. You can look at it there. I want us to go to page number 24. Page number 24, this presents the profit and loss. This is the incomes and the expenses for the year. So we call it statement of comprehensive income, and I hope all of us are there. So interest on loans, we have discussed that or I've mentioned on the other page. The increment there is our own book grew, resorting to more interest. Other interest income, when the members are not coming for the liquid money with the Sacco, they invest in short-term deposits. So it gave us 90 million. So the total interest is 1.6. Last year was 1.3 billion, a growth of 300. The interest expenses, that's the proposal payout to the members, 620 in 2023, 2024, 732, a growth of 112. So we have other incomes down there of 60 million. Last year was 47. This is for transacting with the Sacco, meaning that the members are confident and they're using their accounts for a day to day, and that's why that there is a growth there. Those are surface charge when we are operating the account, meaning we are turning it not just to be an area where we are depositing our money and we are not transacting with it. We go to the expenses, financial expenses. You said last year was 105, the current year is 180. I've mentioned there that there was a loan, and last year we got it towards the end of last year. So major is that, and I've also sent the performance of the loans. So we have also provided for loans which are not performing and which was not there last year. That explains why there is that gap. But profession doesn't mean that there is any expenditure. It's just a profession just to provide in case of anything. It's not an actual spend. In the personnel expenses, 175 to 217, we've been told about we have a new Kiabu branch, meaning there's additional staff. We have talked about the government policies where they were introduced in the year 2023 in the middle. So in the whole year 2024, that's the whole effect of all those government policies that we are aware of. Governance expenses, they are coming down. That is prudence management. We have marketing. We've sent 37 to 49. We've talked about the membership having grown to 5,000. That's approximately 20% in 1 year, 5,000 members. We've talked about a branch. We've talked about Kirigoris. We have talked about a branch in Machakos and Mombasa. So there was quite a lot of activities happening in marketing the SACCOs and in the areas the SACCO is intending to open new branches. So that's why there is that growth. Depreciation and amortization, that is just for usage. The growth there, if you attribute it, the Kiabu branch, we had a lot of investment there, so we have started depreciating in the current year. Administrative expenses, as you can check, it's coming down, meaning that there are prudent and intentional cost-cutting measures by the board and management. So the net operating surplus, that is income less expenses, 250 compared to 162 last year. That's a growth of approximately 90 million. The income tax expense, that's 20.8. Last year was 17.4. So the more you have other interest income from other sources other than loans, that is with tax. So if you go to other interest income, if that line goes up, then the tax man will have to pay. So gain and loss in fair value shares, that is the shares we have. We have invested on shares. When the market price of that share goes up or down, that's the effect. So it's not an actual spend or income. So the total comprehensive income, 234. In the previous year, 135. We go to page number 25. This is the balance sheet, statement of financial position, the assets and the liabilities and capital of the SACCO. So in terms of assets, cash and cash equivalents, which was available and we confirmed in writing with all the places where this money is, and they confirmed that this money is there. So just to mention that our money is with reputable financial institutions and investments, mostly being cooperative, equity, CIC, and treasury. And as also you can note there that the SACCO is quite liquid, so it's able to finance quite capital intensive projects. Also to mention there, because it's in the public domain, that there is no amount there that is with Cusco. I know members have heard about that. So in that 2.1, there is no amount which is held with Cusco. That is for members to note that. Prepayment and sundry receivables, as the CEO mentioned, sometimes we receive payroll before we get the actual money from our partners, the TSC, the county, and others we work with. So we pay the payroll before we receive the money. So at this point, that's what it represents, but this money was actually received in January, but as at the close of the year, they had processed the payroll but not received the money. We've talked about loans to members, that's the loan book. We've seen the growth. We've talked about financial investments, that's investment mostly with cooperative. Property and equipment from 131 to 196. We've talked of a new branch, and also we had a valuation of some of the assets we have. So that's resulting to that growth. Right of use, that is also just a result of the lease for Kiambu. So our total assets is approximately 12 billion from 10 billion. So the total assets in the year for the SACCO grew by 2 billion. In terms of liabilities, this is...
Now I request for a proposer and a seconder for discussion. Proposer, peana uko?
Uga, moderato ba, beyond 12, 11,
First proposer, then we reply that. We need a proposer. Okay, peana hapa. Yes. First you propose, you second, we discuss. Thank you. Good.
My name is Jina langu ni James Kerry, 2531. I propose.
You propose? We have not heard. Bwana, member, speak clearly and loudly.
That's the one. James Kiagi.
Good. James Kiari. Seconder, peana hapo.
Peter Harrison Gatimo, member number 729.
Thank you.
I second.
Yes. Auditor. How see you? See you come. Yes. Todos son pequeños. Thank you. Thank you. Any reaction now? Okay. That member is concerned. Maybe so you can say a word. Kabore, member, you are being replied. A minute. Dio.
Mr. Kapoli, we heard your question, we heard your concern. The auditor was very, very clear on the rates of interest, that is 12.2%, and therefore you're asking whether you're not giving beyond 11, and the answer is that we are giving beyond 11 at 12.2%. And he also went further to mention about the dividends at 17.5%. And I think that was the concern, Chairman, and so it is answered.
Thank you. Any other concern? Okay. If there is no any other concern, can we say the accounts have been approved by the members? Proposer? Proposer there? Hapo? Someone there? Yeah. Let's start for the one with the, okay. Speak louder.
Miano Patrick, member number 2588.
Seconder. Kule, yes. The one with the red cap and raised the hand.
Mogoji Albert, member number 6048, 604268.
Thank you. 60 what? 60? Okay, I think Jora, you have hand.
You could say your member number again, right there.
Member number 604268. That is the TSC number.
That's okay. That's okay, sir.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. You want a question? Okay, give him. No problem. No problem. It has been adopted. You just ask the question.
Yes. On page number 20, my name is Henry Muruga, staff number 2015 0062114. So on number 20, item number 2, it mentions that the Sacco use Microsoft Navision system, and there is a risk that automated accounting procedures and related IT independent manual controls are not designed and operating effectively. Now, this is my line of specialization. I'm in IT industry. So what the auditor is telling us is that it's true we have controls, but they are not designed or operating effectively. So the CEO needs to assure us, or the first question will be, is the CEO aware that there are risks in IT? Because that will mean they are not being executed consistently, or the IT policies are not outdated or not aligned. with the emerging technologies. And bearing in mind that IT controls are vital in banking industry. So CEO, tell us, are we aware there are risks that were identified by the auditor and the steps you are taking to mitigate the risks? Thank you.
Okay, I'm the one to permit the CEO now to respond. CEO.
Thank you, Chairman. As part of the audit, the external auditor also does the system audit. They do the system audit. And because the audit is independent, I would want to allow the external auditor to expound more on that, whether there were any indeed significant risks, so that he can be able to assure the AGM. That was part of the audit, external auditor.
Welcome, auditor.
Thank you again. Thank you, member. Let's go to page number 20 so that I can explain. And whatever is called key audit matters is what we consider. If you look at the paragraph there called key audit matters, is what we consider to be very key and we have to test. And whatever is reading is what we say. Why have we picked this item to be a very key to us that we have to test? That's why we are saying whatever he has read, that's why we're saying we test, because we are saying an IT system can have this kind of issues. So we are supposed to tell the members, why did we pick this item like IT? So we tell them is whatever he has read there, that one of the things is that an IT can have its weaknesses. So we have to test so that we can assure the members that we tested and whether we found any issue or not. I hope I've clarified that whatever he has read, we are saying that was why we considered to be a very major issue. We test it and we tell the members whether there is any issue. And that's why my partner or my senior read that we have not come through any issue. And we also maybe also to assure, we are financial auditors, but in our teams, we also include IT auditors who also check on that area of IT. So I think, member, that is in order, unless you have something.
Empathy, eh?
The auditor, you are telling us, we did together, we identified IT systems and control over financial reporting as an area of focus. As the society financial accounting and reporting system is Michael's Navision system. Up to there, we are clear.
Let me respond to you up to that point. We identified as an area of focus for our audit. Up to there, we are clear?
Yes.
As an area, we identified that to be a key area for our audit.
True.
Yes, yes.
Now, the rest of the statement is, or the outcome, there is a risk that automated accounting procedures and related IT-dependent manual controls are not designed and operating effectively. Was that your outcome?
No. Let me. We have said, why did we identify this area as an area of focus? Is because, yes, it is automated, yes, and the system can be not put together properly and operating effectively. And that's what we're saying. That is the reason why we picked it as an area of focus to us, that the system or the controls in that IT system can be not be designed appropriately or not working effectively. That we are saying, that is why we picked this. That's the reason why we picked this as an area of focus to us. Clear?
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you very much. We always like our members totally satisfied. Now, you have already adopted the accounts and there is no any other area. Now, that takes me back to, in the chairman's report, rebates on the members and the shares on the deposits as they appear in the audited account. I need a proposer and a seconder so that the bond can pay those rebates without any question. Proposer? Wapi anapeana huko? Patia huyo? Yes. Proposer?
Proposer, member number 447, Raban Kago.
447 Laban Kago. Gender that side. Gender. Mpatie. We can't hear you. Okay, thank you very much. Now we go to the next area. Approval of the borrowing power. Members, we are there on page 27 now. Members, Cooperative Society Cap 490 section 34(1) requires members from time to time at the general meeting to fix the maximum borrowing power which the cooperative society may incur. In regard to this, I request this AGM approve the borrowing power of Kenya shillings 1.2 billion. We need a proposer and a seconder. There he is.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Chairman. According to me and my understanding, ability of understanding, I want to believe what you are asking for is valid. So I propose that the borrowing power should stay. Member number 64. 64.
Name?
Johnson Janja.
Joseph Janja. Johnson Janja. Member number?
08094468. 64 something.
The bond will trace in the records. Seconder? Seconder, is there or gender there or near here? Yes, patia huyo ako karibu.
Thank you very much. Cyrus Gedenji, member number 3501.
Thank you very much. Now, we move on. Appointment of external auditors for the year 2025. And they are still here. May I request you to take a leave? Then I'll call you back before, so that we may dispense this agenda. Now, members, I take you through appointment of the external auditor for the year 2025. The following external auditors have been shortlisted. This AGM is mandated to appoint one of them to audit the society's year 2025 books of account. One, Forbes Mazars, they have charged 420,000 VAT inclusive. Number two, Bill Moya and the Associates, they have charged Kenya shillings 440,800 VAT inclusive. Ronans, they have charged 800,000 VAT inclusive. This gathering has a duty to appoint one of them through a proposer and a seconder.
Negera ido, negera via, negera besa siakoa. DJ. Asante sana. Go
Asante sana Tony Young. We now invite the chair and the CEO for final remarks. Asante sana Musani Tony Young. Tumeburudika, tumefurahi.
Thank you very much, MC. We are coming to the end of our meeting. I humble request the CEO to make final award before we leave.
Thank you, our chairman. I want to make the following submission as part of my final remarks to this 48th AGM. And I want to appreciate by appreciating all our members, Asanteni sana members, for attending this 48th AGM in your numbers, being very, very calm and very, very objective. Allow me to also appreciate you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for according us an opportunity to serve you. I want to consider that as a privilege that you've given us, and indeed we value you. Asanteni sana members for your continued loyalty, your patronage, and your unwavering support. On behalf of the technical bench, I want to commit that we will continue to serve you diligently. As I remind you, this is your light. Asanteni sana, our members. Number two, allow me to give you full assurance that our Sacco Ollin Sacco, now heading 49 years, is financially very, very stable and also very sound financially. And you are privy to this. You've already interrogated the audited accounts, and indeed you can agree with the CEO that our Sacco is financially stable. I want to say this, and I beg to be heard. You can rest assured that your investment in the Sacco is safe. It is also very, very secure. We do want to commit ourselves to continue generating more wealth for you, and this is in line with our Sacco vision, which is to empower you socially and economically. So members, simply put, your investment, every single coin in the Sacco is safe. We can assure you that, I can commit to that. As a daily duty officer that is representing the board and engaged by the board, ladies and gentlemen, I want to assure you that your money is safe. Number three, also allow me to say that the Sacco is on the right growth trajectory. We are in a transformation agenda, and members, you can agree with me, every other day we are transforming. And I want to say that we are quite light on course. We have what we are calling Vision 2030 mantra. Vision 2030 mantra, that will take us to an asset base of 30 billion, up from the current 12 billion in the next 6 years. My point is this, that you've got quite a ambitious performance program inside this particular mantra, beginning from this year, and we would want to project that our growth, our chief guest and our members, should be approximately more than 3 billion within the year 2025. I want to say that the Sacco continues in its growth trajectory, but again, I want to challenge you, ladies and gentlemen, tunaendelea kutengeneza hii Sacco. It has now become a world-class Sacco. Tunapata members wako US na kwingineko, Europe, Middle East. Everybody would want to have a piece of Ollin Sacco. I want to ask, what is your stake in this particular Sacco? As we continue to bake the cake continues to grow larger and sweeter. How do you take advantage of this cake so that as the Sacco continues to grow, it continues to grow you as well? I want to urge you, ladies and gentlemen, take advantage of this Sacco to grow your investment in the Sacco by what we call compound interest. I want to advise this as a financial person. You grow your wealth. Next year, 2026, God willing, you shall now get 12% on the 50,000, which you got 12.2% the previous year, generating wealth on top of wealth. You don't eat everything, ladies and gentlemen. That is my advice. Remember that your tomorrow depends on today. Your tomorrow depends on today. Take advantage of the compound interest in the Sacco. Whatever you get, remember that is a fraction. It is as a result of the 12.2%. So that 12.2%, apply the 12.2% that has been applied on the principal. You now apply that on the interest so that you generate more and more wealth. One day, one time, when you'll be able to live your active employment, this is what you'll be eating, ladies and gentlemen. And remember, in life, you either employ money to work for you, or money has employed you. We give you an opportunity in Ollin Sacco, such that now the forum is here. Bring your money, send your money to Ollin Sacco, let your money work for you. Mwaka huu wa 2024, wale ambao mlikuwa mnaweka pesa Ollin, you may not have known, mlikuwa mnatuma pesa yenu iende Ollin ikawafanyie kazi. Pesa yenu inarudi leo. Kama uliweka milioni moja itarudi kwako ikuambie, ulinituma nikiwa 1 million, nimekuletea 120,000 na mimi bado niko. Ladies and gentlemen, save and save more within Ollin Sacco. Maybe as I near to conclude, I've always taken advantage, anytime I'm with you, I've always reminded you the language of the money. And you know they say, whatever goes, it comes, money speaks. I remind you the language of the money, ladies and gentlemen. Save me today, I will save you. We can say that again. Save me, I will save you. On the contrary, squander me. When will I squander you? I'll squander you. So, money is looking at you. Hata yenye chairman atakupatia millions and hundreds of millions. Ukiweka kwa mkono itakuwa inaongea. Itakwambia hiyo maneno. You save me today, I will save you tomorrow. You squander me today, I squander you. The choices, not uririkane ukororeaga ki. Muthenya wa gukura na urika atia. Ladies and gentlemen, I implore you kindly, just don't eat everything. Kanua karia karire mbegu, kokoragia gakahanda. I rest that debate at that point. Finally, we are cognizant of the fact that as Ollin Sacco continues to grow, and we are growing, and we thank God, and you are one of the fastest growing Sacco in the region, we attract a lot of enemies, competitors, and so forth. Sometimes we are vulnerable to what I would call external aggression as we continue in our transformation agenda, registering impressive growth and success and all that. I wish to request you this, ladies and gentlemen. We have spent a lot of time to make Ollin Sacco to what it is today. Our directors, as you see them, every other time, it is about how best do we benefit our members. Your CEO spending sleepless night. No wonder you are saying we are sending messages at night. My people are working day and night, every other time, just to ensure that things are working out well. Kindly, ladies and gentlemen, do not let, and I want to underscore this, do not let anyone tarnish, do not allow anyone malign the name of Ollin Sacco that we have taken years together with you to build. Anyone malicious about the Sacco, kindly, and anyone distracting us from our mantras, allow that we do not allow ourselves to go in that particular direction. I wish you a very good year for the rest of the year. There is one thing that I must say, the share capital, investment in the share capital. Today, the share of Ollin has returned 17.5%. 17.5% share capital. We have opened ourselves up to probably the end of this year to allow you to inject more money in that particular investment avenue. Before the end of the year, it is likely that you are going to close that window so that we may not allow any more investment in that particular avenue, so that those who will have invested in that particular avenue will be able to continue benefiting with very, very good returns. Take advantage. Hii share capital ya Ollin. Hii share capital ya Ollin. I have the highest saver at 12 million by today. That 12 million 17.5 will be slightly more than 2 million. The non-withdrawable deposit, the highest saver as I speak here, is a whopping 75 million. What is 75 million? Multiplied by 12.2%, our head of finance. How many millions are those? That is approximately, if my memory serves me right, that is an amount heading to 9 million. As we go home, and you get your interest, and you get your dividend, kuna mtu anatembea, na alikuwa hapa, labda ameketi next to you, ameweka pesa kwa Ollin Sacco, amebeba a whopping 9 million as a return. As a return. What am I driving at, ladies and gentlemen? Kindly take advantage of Ollin Sacco. The window is open now, and especially for the share capital. Inject a lot of money in the Sacco. I've started by saying the Sacco is safe, it is sound. Let us, employers, to generate more wealth for you, so that as we leave this AGM today, you'll definitely be very, very happy. I want to rest my case at that, members. I want to wish you well. Your royalty is important to us. Your royalty. There are so many others coming there. Kindly pay your loans. Tunasukumana na wengine wenu. It is good that you pay your loans, so that the portfolio at least does not continue increasing. Tunawatakia heri njema. Asanteni sana from the CEO, and will continue to serve you diligently. Na watu wetu wa Maasai, Bwana Yesu awabariki. We know the sacrifice you are making for the Sacco. Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Clap for him. If I start from where he has left, he is telling you, save and invest. Simple and clear. Save and invest. My duty now is to thank you, members, for attending this AGM and participating very well. If you look at our program, we were supposed to end at noon. But how could we end at noon when we are with our members? It is few minutes to 3. So we have not wasted any time. Thank you very much, members. I want also to thank the chief guest for gracing this occasion and also advising our members very well, and all the members who had accompanied you. I want also to thank all other guests from the county and also from the Kajiado County and also the other areas. We are grateful and we are happy. I want also to thank the board for working diligently and for having a lot of confidence with your members. Thank you very much, and continue working for the members of this country and the diaspora. Because when you elect this board, they don't work for their zones. They work for the members of Ollin Sacco. Brand Ambassador, continue putting the name of Ollin up there. The media fraternity, Kang'ethe and group, and Wathireko, continue. Thank you very much, and we are very happy. The choir members, you have noted members, it is not like other times where we put other songs for dancing and the rest. This time, the staff of Ollin decided, why can't we have songs of our own? Led by the patron. The patron is CPA, Johnny Gadige. The team leader of that team is Madam Biloha. Thank you very much. Congratulations, and continue. We are grateful. Otherwise, as you have been told, since you have passed the dividend, ask the CEO to work around the clock with his team and pay today. And once you are paid, remember it's once. Brown back everything. Save and invest. That is the language. First it comes to you in your account, then you report and then plow it back. That way, the Sacco will continue growing. Otherwise, may God bless you, as now we look at and focus the year 2025. If there is anything else, MC will now come in and do the final part. MC.
Thank you so very much. Now, we are winding up. Allow that I invite Mtumishi wa Mungu Justin Nyamugadendo, if you're in the house. Mtumishi wa Mungu Justin, if you're in the house. Am I seeing him? Ashaondoka. So we want Mtumishi wa Mungu yeyote yule, from Kajando, elsewhere, any pastor, any minister in the house. Any pastor, any minister in the house? Kindly come over so that you can read us in a word of prayer. So get ready, Kempua, get ready here. Now usubiri kidogo, usubiri kidogo. I want to guide you. Now the final remark. We entered through gate C and not gate A and B. After this, gate B here may be opened so that we can live through this gate closer to the dome. We are now ending this program. May we start for the 3 anthems. And we are only doing the first stanzas. Members of the choir this time round, you are not going to do any jig. We are only going to listen to the lyrics, first stanza only. So, national anthem.
Mungu twaomba uilinde Jumuiya Afrika Mashariki, tuwezeshe kuishi kwa amani, tutimize na malengo yetu. Jumuiya yetu sote tuilinde, tuajibike, tuimarike. Umoja wetu ni nguzo yetu, idumu jumuiya yetu.
Ollin Sacco anthem, first stanza only.
Let us pray. Thank you, our Heavenly Father, that you had been with us from the morning until this time. And now, Father, we pray that you go with us, bless us all, bless Ollin Sacco, bless us all, and pour unto us your blessings to all members, to all those who are here, and all those who are outside. Bless them, start with us, continue blessing us, and also bless all our visitors. We are very much thankful because you have been guiding us, you have guided us, you have given us that strength. Now, Father, we pray that you bless our homes, our children, pour unto us your blessings. Pour unto us blessings to all our leaders in the country. Give us peace. And we pray, trusting and believing, you are our mighty God, and you will continue blessing our country. And together, with all our proceedings, and our families, and all our churches, and our leaders, and you start with these leaders who are here, and the leaders outside. Bless Inoro fraternity. They are doing great. They are informing us our future secrets and also idiom expressions to our Mount Kenya. Bless us, bless them, and continue giving them knowledge. Also other medias, we pray that Father, give them knowledge, and also people like Kamau Kang'ethe, who understands the hidden meanings of our group. And we pray this trusting in Jesus Christ our Lord.
We remain
the grace
standing.
of our Lord Jesus Christ and the love of God and the fellowship of the Holy Spirit be with us now and forevermore. Amen. Amen.
Kindly let us share your name. Tell us your name for recording purposes, kindly. Your name?
I'm Johnson Karemi, 6242 member, retired officer.
Asante, retired senior officer. Tama hadi tabandi tumefika mwisho wa hafla hii. Asanteni sana, neema ya safari, kwa heri ya kuonana, ipo siku nyingine tupatane. Nimekuwa mfawidhi wenu Dickson, kwa heri ya kuonana, kesho ni siku pia. Asanteni.